Okay, can you hear me well? Use the thumbs up, thumbs mark na lang siguro so that I can see you. Okay, so as I have said, I've been performing this or I've been giving this lecture. This topic usually runs for 4 days. Okay, but I will compress everything in 2 hours. That somehow will benefit you when you do your work. Okay, I think some of you are upgrading to license to your PE license. Okay, as I've heard earlier from our president, some of you are students. Okay, so to catch me more, you can uh, you can check my FB page, Vincent Jimenez, Power Systems Engineering. Okay, and you may also catch on the lineups ng aking mga lectures. In this type of presentation, okay, I usually prepare slides, but today I chose not to do that. We will do the lectures live. Okay, so we will calculate power systems, short circuit live. Okay, as we do the network. Okay, uh, at the latter part of this lecture, I will embark you to the selection of the protective devices. Kasi as I've seen the program, no, you at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. you will be embarked on protection coordination for low voltage system. So I would want to get the objective at that after the end of this my presentation, ma-prepare ko kayo kung paano pumili ng protection dun sa LV side. Okay? So let me share our white screen or electronic white screen. I'm giving you a glimpse of how I do my lectures in actual, no? So you can catch my lectures dun sa webpage ko. Okay, because I do this online as well. Okay, so let me share our screen. All right, can you describe kung nasa screen niyo na yung display or naka-display na sa screen niyo yung aking whiteboard? Okay. So I prepared here a
Yes, sir.
rather realistic, yeah, I prepared a rather realistic power system network. Okay. So diretso na agad tayo sa ano, no? But before that, siguro i-prepare ko muna kayo sa mga gagamitin nating formula. I used to derive this on the spot, kaya lang makakain ng oras, so I'll just provide to you the formula, okay? If you want to get the details of this, you can catch me at my power system fault analysis course uh, from my webpage. Okay, so we have here for the IF3 phase fault. Okay, this is derived as power base over square root of 3 line voltage or the voltage at the fault point and the per unit Z1 or the positive sequence impedance. Okay, for the IF line to line, okay, this is simplified as square root of 3 over 2 of your IF 3 phase. Okay, and for IF line to ground, this is 3 times your power base all over root 3 per unit, rather VL per unit Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. Okay? So to break this down, power base, PB means power base. Of course, V line is line voltage. I have three phase, the three phase fault. Okay? Or what we call a symmetrical fault. IF line to line is the line to line fault. Okay, this is one type of a unsymmetrical fault. And IF line to ground, IFLG is line to ground fault. Okay. So likewise, we will also use the formula to convert from per unit to from per unit from old base to new base. Z new in per unit is equal to Z old power base new power base old voltage old over voltage new squared. Okay, and also we will use Z per unit is equal to power base times the impedance in ohmic value per phase, ohmic value all over the square of the voltage. Okay, so dito lang iikot yung ating calculation. Okay. So with this, I prepared okay, let's name this as Palawan IIEE. Okay, so I will be converting this into a PDF and I will distribute through your chapter officers. Okay, so okay, let me copy this. All right. Okay, so I prepared a network. Okay, with the provided 100 MVA short circuit capacity from the utility. Okay, with a voltage of 13.2 kV. Okay, connected here is a single phase transformer, 25 kVA, 3% Z impedance. Okay, and the voltage rating is 7.62 kV down to 230 volts. Okay, and when an X over R ratio provided us 2.47. Okay, and connected here, to be realistic, we have here a cable size number 8, okay, or 8 mm square. We have here a 20 feet long cable, 2 sets of 1 core number 8 or 8 mm squared with a given ohmic value of 0.78 plus J 0.065 ohm per 1,000 feet. Okay, so that's the first connection to the network. Okay, then entering to the service entrance, we have another set of this is our service entrance. Okay, so we have our cable from the service entrance down to the connection point or the panel. We call this as bus number. Let's call this as bus number 1. Okay. Bus 2, bus 3. Okay. A similar transformer is also connected nearby. Kaya lang, at this juncture, yung kanyang line voltage, instead of 7.621, this is provided as 13.2 kV. Okay? 13.2 kV. Yung isa 7.621. Okay? And we'll call this as bus 5 and 4 respectively. Bus 4 and bus number 5. As you will notice, short circuit yung pinag-uusapan natin dito, hindi pa nakalagay yung mga protective device. We don't need it in the short circuit calculation. Okay? So, pareho yung transformer, ang pinakaiba lang yung primary nung transformer, no? Yung primary voltage niya. Okay? To complete this network, meron tayong isang maliit na planta supplied by a 3-phase transformer. Okay. This time I will neglect the cable. We are running for the short circuit at this bus number 6. Okay, so the data for this transformer is a 3-phase transformer, 2.5 MVA, 5.75% Z, and X over R ratio. Okay, the voltage rating is 13.2 down to 400 volts. Okay, typical installation sa locality natin. Okay, Meralco provides now 400 volts for the 3-phase system. Okay, wala na yung mga dating 380, puro 400 na yung binibigay sa atin ngayon. Okay, so we have here the X over R ratio for this particular transformer at 10.67. Okay, and then connected to this bus, we will get a lump load. Okay, lump loads that are contributing to the fault. Pag nagkaroon ng short circuit upstream, etong loads na yan magbubigay ng short circuit current. These are the rotating machines, motors. Okay, induction type, synchronous type. This will provide short circuit contribution at the fault. Okay, so the rating here is 1 MVA lamp load. Okay, percent X short circuit is assumed at 20%. Okay, and an X over R ratio of 2.38. Okay, so yan yung ating network. This is quite a typical setup in a distribution level. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin dito, we will compute for the maximum. Okay? So, objective, number 1, determine maximum 3-phase fault. Okay? Number 2, determine minimum 3-phase fault. Okay? This is for selection of protective devices rating, short circuit rating, while this three-phase fault is for the protection coordination setting. Okay? So later on, meron yata kayo protection coordination. So ang ginagamit doon yung minimum three-phase fault. The maximum three-phase fault, this is to select the KA rating or short circuit rating ng devices. Okay. Also, we will compute for the line-to-line fault. For this bus 6. Okay. And we'll also try to determine line to ground faults. Okay. On bus 6 as well. Okay. Then I will also introduce to you the faults. Okay, but tinawag fault na fault, hindi na line to line, hindi na line to ground. I will designate it as short circuit fault or short circuit current at bus 3 and bus 5. Bus 2, bus 4, or 2 to 5. Okay, so we will try to squeeze them all in 2 hours. Okay, and hopefully we can extend our question and answers. Okay, so first order, kailangan mag-assign tayo ng power base natin. Okay, so for the power base, okay, I will use or assume, rather calculate per unit quantities at 100 MVA base. Okay. Lagi bang 100 MVA base? No, you can assign your own base. Okay? Basta magiging consistent lang kayo all throughout the calculation. Okay? But for this case, I use 100 MVA base. Okay? So, I will convert this diagram. This is a single line diagram. Iko-convert ko yan into a impedance diagram. Okay? So for the three-phase calculation, all I need is the positive sequence. Okay? Representing the utility and the connected transformer, cable. Okay? Cable. Transformer 2. Cable number 2. And then our transformer 3. Okay, and our connected load, lamp load. Okay, so we have here our transformer T3 and the lamp load. Okay, so this is for the positive sequence. Let's have this as a delta Y, solidly grounded transformer also. Okay. So first order is to calculate for the per unit impedances. For the utility, I neglected the resistance kasi usually matataas yung diyan, yung X over R ratio. Okay, so pag kinumpare mo yung reactance sa resistance, negligible yung resistance. So I go for the XU only. So this is automatically J1. Okay, because 100 MVA over 100 MVA is 1. Okay, then solving for the transformer T1 or ZT1. This is equal to, given is 0.3%, so that's 0.03 J old. Power base new, 100. Power base old is kung saan naka-base yung 3% na yon. 3% is based on the nominal rating ng inyong transformer. That is 25 kVA or 0.025 MVA. Okay? So 0.025. Okay? So voltage, as you would notice, the voltage is 7.61.23, which is the line to phase voltage. Yung isa 13.2 down to 0.23, so there's no change in voltage. Actually, okay, you are at the same bases. Walang problema. So we just have to separate R and X. So given here is the X over R ratio 2.47. Okay, so using your trigonometric property, okay, for the resistance, you have cosine arctangent of the X over R ratio, okay, 2.47. I hope you still know your impedance triangle. Doon na-derive yan. Okay, plus J sine of arctangent 2.47. Okay, so makikita ninyo, the result will be a rectangular number form. Okay, so ZT1 is equal to 45.03 plus J 111.23. So that is for your ZT1. Okay, ZT1, ZT2 obviously will be equal to your ZT1 kasi parehas lang naman sila. Ang pinagkaiba lang yung voltage level. But you are at the same base voltages, so walang problema. So ZT2 will also be equal to ZT1, which is 45.03 plus J111.23. Okay? Now, let's calculate for the transformer 3, yung 3-phase transformer natin. Okay? This is 5.75% base at 2.5. So, we need to convert to 100 MVA base. Okay? And noticeable that bus 6 is 400. Yung bus sa taas is 13.2. There's no change in base voltages. Okay, so ZT3 is equal to 5.75 or 0.0575. 0.05. Okay. .0575. Power base new 100. Power base old is 2.5 MVA. Okay. Then I can also separate the R and the X because we are given with 10.67% ratio here. So 10.67, we have your cosine of arctangent 10.67 plus J sine of arctangent 10.67. Okay. Then we'll find out that ZT3 is equal to 0.21 plus J 2.29. Okay? Per unit na yan. Okay? So what else? Kailangan pa natin i-solve yung cable RC1, XC1, which is also equal to RC2, XC2. Okay? And then we need also to introduce the impedance of our contributing load, RL. Okay? So solving for cable, ZC1, gamitin natin yung isang formula na present ko kanina. Okay? ZC1 is equal to power base 100 MVA raised to 6 times ohmic value. Okay, what's the ohmic value of the cable? 0.78 plus J 0.065. 0.065. Okay, but the unit is, as you can see here, ohm per 1,000 feet. Okay, so we have to divide by 1,000. Okay, but to cancel the feet, kailangan natin yung length. When we say length, one-way length yan, yung 20 feet. Okay? Kung single core kasi yan, meron kang kable dyan na single phase naman ito, so may dalawa kang kable na single core. Okay? So that's 40 feet in total na bibilhin mo. Pero ang length na pinag-usapan natin dito is yung one-way length. Okay? So we have here 20 feet. Okay? Which cancels out the feet unit. Okay. And it says here 2 sets. So how do we deal with the number of sets? Alam naman natin na ang impedance, pag nagdagdag tayo ng sets, lumiliit ang impedance. So we have to divide by number of sets. Okay? And of course, don't forget yung VL squared sa ilalim. This is located at 230 volts. Okay? Yung kable na yan. So this is 230 squared. Okay? And this will give us JC1 to be equal to 29.49 plus J 2.46 per unit. Okay? That's your JC1. And JC2 is exactly the same as your JC1. Okay, so this will be also equal to our JC2. Okay, in per unit. Okay? We'll go now to the ZL, yung contributing load natin sa short circuit. ZL is equal to, given, what's given? 20% short circuit impedance, 1 MVA base, and X over R 2.38. So we need to convert this to 100 MVA base na select natin. So we have here 20%, that's 0.2, times power base new, 100. Power base old is 1 MBA. Alright? Then, pwede natin paghiwalayin yung RNX using the X over R ratio. So, we have here cosine of arctangent 2.38 plus J sine of arctangent 2.38. Okay? And this will give us the per unit impedance of our contributing load as 7.75 plus J 18.44. Okay? So we just need to plug in the values here. X use J1. ZT1 is 45.03 plus J 111.23. Same with Z2. For the transformer 3, 0.21 plus J 2.29. JC1, 29.49 plus J 2.46. 29.49 plus J 2.46, and for the ZL 7.75 plus J 18.44. Okay, that's the positive sequence. For the negative sequence, kopyahin nyo lang yan. Okay. So this is our negative sequence. Alisin nyo lang yung driving voltage. Okay? Then that is your negative sequence. Okay? Then, to establish the zero sequence, okay, for the bus 6, we need to get the zero sequence at bus 6. So how do we do that? Start from the utility. Utility is always given as Y, solidly grounded. Okay, rarely to be given as delta. Okay, so we start at the utility. Okay, so this is our reference bus and we have our grounded bus. Okay, faulted bus. This is the faulted bus. This is the ground reference bus. Okay, ground reference bus. So you start at the sources, utility. Okay, ang utility mo grounded. Okay, so you have your ground here. So connected yung utility. Okay, XU. Okay, and then look at the connection of the transformer before going to bus 6. In this case, we have here FB or bus 6. Okay, dyan natin kukunin yung zero sequence natin. Look at the connection of the transformer connecting the utility and bus 6. It is connected in delta. Okay? So, kapag na-meet ng utility yung delta mo, puputulin nyo yan. Okay? And then look at the secondary side. Your secondary side says it is connected solidly grounded. Therefore, you connect it to the reference bus ground. Okay? So, you are connected XT ZT3. Okay? And then, punta ka sa bus 6. Okay? So, this serves as your zero sequence to bus 6. Okay? For ease of calculation, we will calculate zero sequence the same as our positive sequence network value, okay? For ease of calculation. But in reality, you have to check for the zero sequence of your transformer. Sa datasheet or sa catalog nakikita yan. Okay? But for ease of calculation, we will have this as equal to 0.21 plus J 2.29. Okay? Malinaw yan ha? Okay? The reality, you should check for the real zero sequence. No value. Okay? But that's how it will look like. So you notice I calculated for the positive, negative, and zero sequence. For the IF3 phase, okay? For the IF3 phase, I only need to use the positive sequence. Kasi kung titignan ninyo yung formula sinulat ko kanina, IF3 phase only calls for positive sequence JC1. Okay? Ang IF line to line, pag na-compute mo yung IF3 phase, yun na rin, just multiply by square root of 3 over 2, yun na rin yun. Okay? If you want to use the formula, ito yung general formula ng line to line, power base, V line, per unit Z1, Z2. But since makikita ninyo yung Z1 is equal to Z2, okay, so dun lang nag-fall sa square root of 3 over 2 of your IF3 phase. Kasi pag kinumpare nyo yung line to line sa IF3 phase, makakancel yung PB, VL, okay? May matitirang 2J1, so may matitirang square root of 3 over 2. Doon na-derive yung IF line to line is equal to square root of 3 over 2 times IF3 phase. Okay? I give that in detail dun sa aking lecture notes. Sa aking course. Okay? So, let's now compute for the 3-phase fault maximum. Objective number 1. Okay? So, 3-phase fault, syempre, dito lang tayo sa bus 6 for the 3-phase fault. And kung gusto nyo, pati dun sa bus 1. Walang problema. Okay? So, we have here bus 1 and bus 3 to compute for 3-phase fault. Okay? Second thing to do is to mark kung saan nanggagaling yung short circuit. Okay. First mark, manggagaling yan sa utility. And dun sa contributing rotating machines natin. For the maximum fault. Okay? Pag sinabi maximum fault, nandun pa yung contribution. Kapag minimum fault, meaning 30 cycles has elapsed, etong ZL mo, mawawala na ng contribution yan because of the decay ng contribution. Nawala na yung momentum nung iyong rotor. So, hindi na siya mag-generate ng voltage which will produce the short circuit current. Wala na. Okay? Ang matitira na lang yung utility. So, that's for the minimum. And we will compute for the maximum first and then for the minimum. Okay? So, objective number 1. Maximum 3-phase fault. Bus 6. Time check, 1:28. Hanggang 3 p.m. lang tayo. So, ang bus 6, nandito. Bus 1, bus 6. This is bus 6. Okay? Bus 6. Okay. Yung may mark na red, hawakan nyo ng kanang kamay ninyo. And then yung bus 6, hawakan nyo ng kaliwang kamay. Okay? And then spread the impedance. Ano ang ma-observe ninyo? You can observe that. Ano ang relationship ng ZT1 at ZC1, by the way? Quick answer from you, please. Put on your mic. Wala. So, ZT1 and ZC1 is in series. ZT2 and ZC2 is in series. However, wala kang contributing load sa ilalim niya. Therefore, floating siya. And in that case, you will notice that Z, with respect to bus 6, XU and ZT3 is in series. and in parallel with ZL. Okay, so we will compute for the total equivalent impedance ZTH at bus 6, which is equal to XU in series with ZT3. Okay, and that series combination is in parallel with ZL. Okay, so that's the operation. And ZTH will come out as, okay, so you have your calculator, use the, use your complex number, series parallel, okay? Alam niyo na naman siguro series parallel ng ano, no? Okay, yung formula, no? Okay, so ZTH will come out to be J1 okay, that is at bus 6. .31 plus J 2.83. Okay? And we can represent this in polar form as 2.85 plus bar angle 83.67. Okay? So we can now compute for the three-phase fault at bus 1 equal to bus 6 rather, which is equal to 100 MVA all over square root of 3 line voltage dun sa bus 6 natin, which is 400 volts. So 0.4 kV. And the per unit impedance magnitude of 2.85. So this is equal to 50.6 kA. Okay, this is your maximum fault at bus 1. Let's call this as bus 6 calculation. For bus 1, okay, ilipat yung kanang kamay dun sa bus 1 and determine anong mangyayari. At this time, ZT3 will be series with ZL and parallel with your XU. Okay? Nilipat yung isang kamay niyo sa bus 1. So, XU is in parallel with series combination of ZT3 and ZL. So, ZTH at bus 1 is equal to XU in parallel with the series combination of ZT3 and ZL. Okay? And this will give you the value 0.01 plus J 0.96. Okay? And this can be represented in polar form to be 0.96 bar angle 89.14 degrees. Okay? Solving for IF3 phase at bus 1, you would have the value 4.5 kA RMS symmetrical maximum. Okay? So maximum 3-phase fault, ito yung tinatawag nating half cycle calculation. Okay? Objective number 2, minimum 3-phase fault. Okay, for the minimum three-phase fault, by the way, this will be applying multiplying factors per IEEE standard. Okay? Yung X over R ratio, magagamit doon. You will need to multiply this by a multiplying factor. Yun ngayon yung maging basis ninyo sa pag-select ng device. So, we'll do it later. Okay? Tapusin muna natin tong objective number 2. Minimum three-phase fault. Okay? So, at bus 6, ang mangyayari ngayon, dahil wala ng contribution yung ating three-phase load dito na mga motor, aalisin nyo yung red dot na yan. Okay? So, for aalisin nyo na ito. Okay? Ang matitira na lang going to bus 6 is the series combination of XU and ZT3. Okay? I hope that's clear, ha? Kaya wala ng contribution kasi 30 cycles na. Ang mga motor, hanggang 2 cycles lang yan. 1 to 1.5 cycles, mawawala na yung contribution niya. Okay? And IEEE recommends 30 cycle calculation for the minimum fault. So, ang natitira na lang yung sa utility. Okay? So, you would notice that XU is in series with ZT3. Okay? So, for the minimum, ZTH is equal to XU in series with ZT3. Okay? And this will be equal to 0.21 plus J 3.29. Okay? And this can be represented in polar form .297 bar angle 86.3. Okay, so solving for IF3 phase minimum bus 6, this is equal to 100, consistent tayo, 100 MVA, square root of 3, line voltage 0.4, and the calculated magnitude of 3.297 per unit, we have 43.77 kA. RMS symmetrical. So this is the current that you will use in coordinating or setting the protective device. Okay? Hindi na itong current na ito. This current is used for selecting the KA rating. Ito naman, setting. Okay? So your next speaker will explain that further. Okay? So sa bus 1, ZTH is obviously the equal to your XU alone. Okay? XU na lang siya. Okay? From the utility to bus 1, XU lang siya. So that's J1. Okay? So, ZTH or IF3 phase is equal to 100 over square root of 3 line voltage 13.2. Okay. And the impedance 1. Okay, so this is equal to 4.37 kA RMS symmetrical. Okay, so objective 1 and 2 is achieved. So, hindi ko pala naisulat dito yung formula. 100 over square root of 3, line voltage 13.2, impedance of 0.96. Okay? Okay, objective number 2. Okay na yan. Line-to-line fault. Line-to-line fault at bus 6. Okay, this is just simply, so gagamitin din ito sa sa protection setting. Okay? Kasi delta Y yung transformer mo, so importante yan line to line. So you use the 3-phase fault at bus 6 yung minimum. So IF line to line is equal to square root of 3 over 2, okay, times 43.77, which is equal to 37.9 kA RMS symmetrical. Okay? The importance of which will be explained by your next bakit kailangan i-compute yung line to line. Okay? So number 4, objective, line to ground fault at bus 6. Okay? Ano ang line to ground? Pag nagkaroon ng ground fault sa bus 6, ano yung line to ground dyan? Okay? So, using the 30 cycle computation at saka naka-delta naman yung mga motor dyan sa LV, so wala yung i-contribute sa ilalim. Okay, putol. So, hindi makadiretso. So, the only source would be your utility. Okay, so, let's now compute for the total impedance. So, the formula is Z total is equal to Z1 plus Z2 plus ZO. Okay? As provided earlier. Okay? IF line to ground is Z1 plus Z2 plus ZO. Okay? So, ang Z1 mo is equal to Z2. So, walang problema. Okay? Therefore, ZT can be said to be 2 times Z1 plus ZO. But what is ZO? ZO from this diagram is equal to ZT3. Okay? Therefore, Z total is equal to twice of Z1. Your Z1 at bus 6, na-compute natin kanina yon. Z1 at bus 6 for the minimum fault, that's 0.21 plus J3.29. Okay? That's Z1. 0.21 plus J3.29. Alright? Times 2 yan. Kasi 2Z1. Then plus your ZO, which is equal to ZT3. Ang ZT3 natin ay 0.21 plus J2.29. 0.21 plus J 2.29, which will give us a total impedance of, in per unit, 0.63 plus J 8.87, okay, which can be represented as 8.89 bar angle 85.9 per unit, okay, in polar form. So solving for IF line to ground at bus 6, we have equal to 3 times power base 100 square root of 3. Line voltage at the fault point is 0.4. And then the total impedance J1 plus J2 plus JO, which is equal to 8.89. So this will be 48.69 kA. So you will use this value to coordinate for the setting of your protective device. Okay? So dun gagamitin yung value na yan. Pag set ng ground fault protection. Kasi i-coordinate mo rin yan sa ground fault. Okay? So that's objective number 4. Objective number 5, short circuit current of bus 2 and 5. Okay? So yun na lang yung natitira sa atin. Time check, 1:47. Still have a lot of time to spare. Okay, so objective number 5, yung single phase fault. Okay? What would be the fault at bus 2, 3, 4, and 5 kung ang transformer natin ay single phase? Okay? So, to represent our first transformer connection, this is connected line to neutral. Okay? So, kung i-represent natin yung system natin, okay, using the maximum fault, okay, okay, this represents our three-phase system sa utility. Connected daw yung single phase transformer natin via neutral kasi 7.6, yung voltage natin is 7.621. So this is line to neutral voltage. So dito nakakonect yung ating transformer na single phase. Okay. Tapos meron tayong kable rito. And then nagkaroon ng fault, short circuit. Okay? So this represents your Z1 natin. Okay? Z1, Z1. Okay? So ano ba yung Z1 natin? That is the total impedance positive sequence. Okay? at that utility side. Okay? And that is equal to okay? So, i-mark lang natin. We have our ZT, anong transformer yon? T2? T1, okay? Let's name it as T1, T2, and T3. Okay, yung T1 natin, connected dito, ZT1. And we have our cable ZC1 to and from. So ZC1 one way, and then yung return path ZC1. Okay? So we have calculated these impedances before. Our Z1 okay, we need to compute for the Thevenin equivalent impedance as seen dito sa fault point natin. This is equal to Z1, Z2 plus Z0. Okay? Since the fault occurs at the secondary side of the single phase, dun sa system natin, nakikita niyan as if it's a line to ground fault kasi line to neutral yung ating voltage. Ang tingin niya doon, except for the insertion of the ZT1 and Z2, ZC1, ang tingin niya dyan ay ground fault. That's why we need to get Z1, Z2, and ZO of the system network, and then idadagdag natin yung impedance ng transformer 1 at saka yung dalawang path ng cable, ZC1. That would be your total Thevenin equivalent impedance as seen dun sa fault point. Okay? So, as we notice, 0.01, yung ating 0.01 plus 0.096, ito yung ZTH natin. Okay, so this is equal to 0.01 plus J, or as calculated earlier, 0.96. Okay, plus ZT1, calculated also earlier. ZT1 is 45.03 plus J 11.23 plus 45.03 plus J 111.20. Nasaan na yun? 111.23. Okay. Then 2 times ZC1. Ang ZC1 natin ZC1 is 29.49 plus J 2.46. 29.49 246. 29.49 plus J 2.46. Okay, so ZTH total will be equal to 104.04 plus J 119.03, which can be shown in polar form 158.09 bar angle 48.84. Okay, then we can now compute for, this is in per unit, so we can now compute for the fault at that point, yung IF dito, which is equal to the base current. This is our base current. Okay, 100 MVA power base divided by the voltage base, that's your current base, and multiply by your 1 unit voltage, and the magnitude of the per unit impedance 158.09, this will give us 2.75 kA RMS symmetrical. Huwag nyong tatawagin 3-phase fault yan. Single phase yan eh. Okay, that's a line fault dun sa inyong secondary side. Okay, so that's for the single phase short circuit. Okay, single phase transformer. Okay, case number 1. So I fault at B, nasaan yun? B3. Okay. First is at B3. Then let's compute for B2. At bus 2, mawawala lang yung cable. Okay, yung cable yung mawawala kasi bus 2 before the cable. So just remove the bus 2 cables. Okay, so ZT1 lang tayo. So ZTH is equal to plus ZO plus ZT1 only. Okay, so tanggalin ko lang yung twice ng 2949. Answer is 45.06 plus J 114.11. Okay? So inalis ko lang actually itong portion na ito. Okay? $45.04 112.19. Okay, 45.04 112.19. And this is represented as 120.89 bar angle 68.13. Okay, which now gives us I fault to be 100 times 10 to the 6 all over 230 volts times 1 over 120.89, which will give us 3.596 or 3.6 kA RMS symmetrical. So this will be your basis in selecting the KA rating for that secondary side. Okay, kung maglalagay kayo ng mga circuit breakers doon, mga miniature circuit breakers, so mabibili ninyo naman yan is 8 kA or 10 kA. So safe na safe. Okay, so that's for bus 2. Okay, so let's compute for bus. What's left? Bus 5 and bus 4 respectively. So let's compute at bus 5. Okay, this time, ganito naman ang connection ng ating transformer. Okay, kanina line to neutral. This time, this is connected line to line. Okay, let me adjust our screen. At puno na. Okay, for number 6, this is connected line to line. Okay? So, in this case, makikita ninyo, sa mata ng three-phase fault, sa mata ng three-phase system, what's occurring pag nagkaroon ng short circuit sa secondary side is line to line. Base naman sa formula natin, if there's a three-phase line-to-line fault, ang involved ay Z1 at Z2. Okay? So, we need to get Z1 and Z2. Z1 is equal to Z2. Okay, therefore, Z total is equal to Z1 plus Z2. Okay, so ZT is equal to your Z1 system. Okay, Z total is Z1 plus Z2 para sa system. Okay, and then the Z total is Z1 ng system plus the ZT1 or the impedance of your single phase transformer plus twice of C2 na yan, ano? ZC2. Cable number 2, which is also the same as your cable number 1. Okay, and ZT here is equal to $104.03 plus J 118.07. And this can be represented as 104.03 plus 118.07 J. Okay. $157.36 bar angle 48.61. Okay, so Z Thevenin equivalent is equal to rather IF or the fault at bus 5. You have here 100 times 10 to the 6 base power, 230 volts base voltage, and 1 per unit voltage divided by 157.36 per unit impedance, you will arrive at 2.8 kA RMS symmetrical. Okay, this is for bus 5. Finally, solving for bus 6. Not bus 6 but rather bus 4. Tanggalin lang natin yung dalawang cable. Okay. So this is equal to ZT2 45.03 plus 111.23I. This will give you 45.05. Z total is equal to 2Z 1 ng system, okay, plus JT2. Okay, and this is equal to 45.05 plus J113.15. Also can be represented in polar form 121.79 bar angle 68.29. Okay, so IF is equal to 100 MVA power base, 230 voltage base times 1 over 121.79. .569 or 3.57 KA RMS symmetrical. This will be the basis for you to select the KA rating of that devices na ilalagay ninyo doon sa secondary side ng transformer T2. So you can buy 8 KA or 10 KA. Okay? So that completes our objective. Okay? So napakitaan ko kayo na 3-phase fault calculation and single-phase fault calculation plus the unsymmetrical faults sa 3-phase system.